We get upset when young people, they ask us these antagonistic questions, right? And we get offended by that. But if we could just reframe that and think about that in an entirely different way, the fact that they're talking to you, the fact that they are talking to you is a compliment, right? The fact that you have their attention, do you realize, do you have any comprehension of how incredibly difficult it is to capture a teenager's attention? You don't have any idea how difficult it is to capture my attention at 42 years old. You've got their attention. Man, celebrate that. And say something like, I'm just so glad that you asked me that question. I mean, I'm more curious to know, what do you think about that? Okay, why do you think that? How long have you felt that way, right? And that's when we get into the bigger issue of the question, that it's not an intellectual question, it's an emotional question. That's an emotionally driven question. How dare does the church who claims that God is all good and all loving, how dare does the church say that they know the mind of God and that God does not want gay people to be married and spend their lives in happiness like heterosexual people can? That is what they really want to communicate. And most of us just don't want to hear that. We just don't want to hear it, and we want to do everything we can to convince that teenager or that person to not think that way, and that's exactly not what Jesus would have done. Jesus would have seen that as a bid for a relationship and entered into dialogue with them and stayed in the dialogue with them as long as possible. And that's one of the reasons why young people bid for a relationship first. When they ask us the question, what they're really saying is, I want to give you more of my attention, but I want to find out if you're worth it. I want to find out if I can trust you, because so many other people in your position proved themselves to me and to others as untrustworthy. Can I trust you? Because if I change my thinking around this because of you, right, I don't want to wind up and feel like an idiot because I trusted you, right? I didn't do my homework with you, and I bought what you were selling hook, line, and sinker without testing the line a little bit.